Hey Browns fans! We have a lot to discuss, starting with the big AFC North showdown on Thursday Night Football. The Steelers are 8-2 and leading the division, but this isn't the same Browns team they faced earlier in the season. There are big changes on offense and plenty of challenges ahead for both teams. Before we dive into the latest updates, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest on your Cleveland Browns. The Browns' offense has been completely overhauled since Deshaun Watson's season-ending Achilles injury in Week 7. Jameis Winston has taken over at quarterback and has shown flashes of his potential in just 3 starts. Adding to the shakeup, offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey is now calling the shots, giving the Steelers limited film to prepare for. Steelers coach Mike Tomlin admitted that this new dynamic poses a challenge, saying, "We have to get familiar with this set and what it means for their schemes." One thing that hasn't changed is Nick Chubb, who is back on the field after recovering from a serious knee injury. Tomlin made it clear that the Steelers respect Chubb, referring to him as Mr. Chubb. While his 2023 stats have been modest thus far, Chubb's track record against Pittsburgh speaks for itself. With 717 career rushing yards in 10 career games against the Steelers, he's always a threat to open the game. Tomlin acknowledged that Chubb has their full attention on Thursday night. Another big weapon for the Browns is wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. Acquired midseason, Jeudy has already made a big impact, including an 89-yard touchdown catch against the Saints that highlighted his explosive playmaking ability. He leads a receiving corps that is clicking with Winston under center. Rookie Cedric Tillman has shown incredible development, racking up 3 touchdowns in 3 games, and slot receiver Elijah Moore adds versatility to the mix. Tomlin praised the Browns' depth at receiver, noting that Tillman's growth allowed the team to move on from Amari Cooper at the trade deadline. On the defensive side, the Browns are as dangerous as ever. Myles Garrett continues to be a dominant force, leading the pass rush with 7 sacks this season. Tomlin was candid in his assessment of Garrett, calling him a game-breaker and admitting that stopping him one-on-one is nearly impossible. Garrett's impact forces opposing offenses into uncomfortable situations, and when combined with Dalvin Tomlinson's interior pressure, the Browns' defense becomes even more formidable. Tomlinson, who ranks among the top defensive tackles in run-stop win rate, has also contributed 3 sacks this season, showing his versatility as a run-stopper and pass rusher. The Steelers' offense, led by veteran quarterback Russell Wilson, will have its hands full. Wilson has been effective at times, but he struggles significantly under pressure, with a passer rating of just 59.1 when blitzed. The Browns' defense will look to exploit that, knowing how crucial it is to disrupt Wilson's rhythm. On the ground, Pittsburgh leans heavily on Najee Harris, who is averaging 70.8 rushing yards per game. Stopping Harris and limiting wide receiver George Pickens, who has 728 receiving yards this season, will be key to shutting down the Steelers' balanced offense. For the Browns, success on Thursday night hinges on 3 things: protecting Jameis Winston, applying pressure to Russell Wilson, and containing Pittsburgh's offensive weapons. The offensive line has shown improvement, but facing a pass rush that includes T.J. Watt and Cameron Hayward will be a huge test. Winston has held his own under pressure, posting a 105.1 passer rating when attacked, but keeping him upright will be key. This game may not have playoff implications for the Browns, but it's about more than just the record. It's a chance to prove themselves, show growth, and stop the momentum of a division rival. On the other hand, the Steelers are looking to solidify their position atop the AFC North. Now it's your turn, Browns fans. Do you think Jameis Winston and the revamped offense can pull off a win against the division leaders? Will Nick Chubb have another dominant performance? And how do you see the Browns' defense stacking up against Russell Wilson and his weapons? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's talk about the fallout from Deshaun Watson's contract following Myles Garrett's inflammatory words to T.J. Watt ahead of Thursday Night Football. Deshaun Watson's contract continues to cast a long shadow over the Browns. Bleacher Report recently called it the worst quarterback deal of the last decade, and honestly, it's hard to argue. $230 million fully guaranteed for a quarterback who started just 19 games in 3 seasons while posting a subpar 80.7 passer rating? The numbers tell the story. Injuries and inconsistent play have turned what was supposed to be a franchise-altering move into a franchise-haunting mistake. Bleacher Report's Brad Gagnon didn't hold back, calling the deal the holy grail of bad contracts. That's a brutal distinction, but it's hard to refute. Watson's deal isn't just a financial disaster, it's reshaped the narrative around the Browns, becoming a cautionary tale for NFL teams. When people start comparing this move to the infamous Herschel Walker trade, you know it's bad. The ripple effects are undeniable. The Browns' ability to retain key players and make significant improvements is severely hampered by the dead money and salary cap hit tied to Watson's contract. Even the most optimistic fan has to acknowledge that it will take years to recover from this financial quagmire. And let's be honest, what team would trade for Watson in his current state? The answer is clear, none. But as bleak as this situation may seem, the Browns aren't just about Watson. Let's shift gears to something more exciting, Thursday's clash of defensive titans. Myles Garrett and TJ Watt, two of the NFL's best, are set to face off in a game that promises to be a firecracker. Last year, Garrett took home Defensive Player of the Year honors, edging out Watt, who didn't take the loss lightly. Watt's response on social media was highlighted, but Garrett's response this week was even more cutting. He's going to have to apologize when I see him. Garrett's confidence is exactly what Browns fans want to see heading into a crucial matchup. He brushed off Watt's comments, saying, "Let's just play the game. I don't play TJ, he doesn't play me. It's about who dominates and helps their team win. That's the attitude we love, focus on the team and let the play on the field do the talking." Both players are putting up elite numbers this season. Garrett has 7 sacks and a couple of forced fumbles, while Watt slightly outscores him with 7.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles. This matchup isn't just about individual stats, but about who can tip the scales for their team. Thursday's game is crucial, not just for bragging rights, but for shaping the narrative surrounding this Browns season. With an 8-2 Steelers team on the way, Cleveland needs to prove it can compete, even amid all the adversity surrounding Watson's contract. The spotlight will be on Garrett and the defense to deliver. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think the Browns can overcome the financial mess of the Watson deal and build a competitive team? And who do you think will dominate Thursday's defensive matchup, Garrett or Watt? Let us know in the comments below. Before you go, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Browns!